In this video, we're covering 14 newly added movies on Prime Video that you should definitely check out.
I'm here to take the pain.
No.
At number 14, we have Girl in the Box, directed by Stephen Kemp. The film tells the real-life story of Colleen Stan, a young woman abducted while hitchhiking and held captive for years inside a wooden box by Cameron Hooker. As the story unfolds, you wonder how Colleen manages to survive extreme isolation and psychological control during her long captivity. The film focuses on survival, endurance, and the human will to stay alive.
Get out of bed now.
Why would you do this?
The Lord commanded me.
Amen.
At number 13, we have I'm Elizabeth Smart, directed by Sarah Walker. The story follows the kidnapping of Elizabeth Smart from her home by Brian David Mitchell. The film shows how Elizabeth survives months of captivity and emotional abuse while holding on to her strength and belief. You find yourself questioning how someone so young could endure such a terrifying experience and come out alive.
Ex-sister-in-law. Hi.
Oh, I thought you were back tomorrow.
Can we step outside?
Sure. Let me just put on some pants.
At number 12, we have All That We Love, directed by Yen Tan. The story centers on Emma, a woman in transition who reconnects with her ex-husband Andy after the death of her dog. As they spend time together, old memories resurface and unresolved emotions come forward. The film quietly explores grief, change, and the possibility of healing after loss. At number 11, we have Big Driver, directed by Michael Salmon. The plot follows Tess Thorne, a successful crime novelist whose life changes after she's attacked on a lonely highway. Refusing to remain powerless, Tess begins tracking down those responsible. As the story moves forward, you question whether revenge will bring closure or lead to further destruction.
How did you actually, become a vampire?
At number 10, we have Drained, directed by Peter Stoyanow and Sean Cronin. The film follows Thomas, an artist who falls in love with a mysterious woman named Rhea. He soon discovers that she is slowly draining his life force. The story uses supernatural elements to reflect obsession and unhealthy relationships, leaving you wondering if Thomas can escape in time. At number 9, we have No One Would Tell, directed by Gail Harvey. The film follows a mother who begins to suspect that her daughter's boyfriend is controlling and violent. As warning signs are ignored by those around them, the situation becomes more dangerous. The story highlights how silence and denial can lead to tragic consequences.
What was that? What, the fridge? Great, it's a whole nest of...
At number 8, we have Jim Henson's Turkey Hollow, directed by Kirk R. Thatcher. The film follows siblings Tim and Annie as they search the woods for the legendary howling hoodoo. Along the way, they meet unusual creatures created through Jim Henson puppetry. The story focuses on imagination, teamwork, and childhood adventure.
And then people just started turning their backs on each other.
And they keep running!
Well, it's the fear that's making everyone sick.
At number 7, we have No More Time, directed by Delilah Droge. After a mysterious virus causes people to disappear, Tund and David isolate themselves in a remote cabin. As time passes, fear and uncertainty begin to take over. The film builds tension through isolation and unanswered questions about what is really happening outside.
Her husband passed away years ago. They never had any children.
Live there until she croaks, and I get the whole house.
At number 6, we have American Dreamer, directed by Paul Dector. The story follows Phil Loader, a struggling professor who enters a strange housing agreement with Astrid, a terminally ill widow. As they spend time together, an unexpected bond forms. The film explores loneliness, connection, and unexpected friendships. At number 5, we have A Taste of Hunger, directed by Christopher Boe. The film follows Carson and Maggie, a couple determined to earn a Michelin star for their restaurant. As ambition grows, pressure begins to affect both their relationship and personal lives. The story focuses on sacrifice and the cost of chasing perfection.
What is that stench, anyway?
It is that bad, isn't it?
Ladies.
At number 4, we have Gunless, directed by William Phillips. The story follows Sean Lafferty, known as a Montana kid, who arrives in a peaceful Canadian town expecting violence and duels. Instead, he finds people who solve problems without guns. The film plays with classic Western expectations in a different way. At number 3, we have The Night Crew, directed by Christian Sesma. The film centers on a group of bounty hunters trapped in a desert motel while protecting a woman from a cartel. As the night continues, attacks increase and secrets begin to surface. Survival becomes the only goal.
I can't control it anymore!
She'll be disqualified. Damn it! Tell her to stop immediately.
At number 2, we have Faster, directed by Morgan Dollybird. The story follows Max, a skilled racing driver fighting for respect in a competitive racing world. Her rivalry with another racer pushes her both mentally and physically. The film focuses on speed, ambition, and determination. At number 1, we have This Bloody Country, directed by Craig Packard. Set in 1869, the story follows preacher Josiah Ballard as he leads his family across dangerous frontier land. Alongside him is Ned Campbell, an experienced marksman. As violence and moral challenges arise, survival becomes uncertain in an unforgiving landscape.